Woo!
Whoa.
Oh man, do you feel that energy?
I felt it. I'm coming down at this point. I'm kind of.
It's vibrating through my fingertips because that episode was a banger. Okay,
Dude, the other day I actually heard somebody say, "Oh, it's a banger," and I for
Really?
sure was like, "Have you heard of the two?" Like I was like,
you listen to our podcast?
"Are you? Are
You
you?"
listen to our podcast?
And it was no, they don't. But
No.
it'll happen
But it was
someday.
whatever it was a banger, I'm sure. Speaking of bangers, right before we got together, I was watching the beginning of the NBA All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this Canadian kid, like Riley Reid or something, sing the national anthem, the Canadian national anthem.
Okay, yeah.
And then they had someone sing the American national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
And that person was from Canton, Ohio, Macy Gray, dude.
Oh.
Straight up, I haven't heard of Macy Gray in a long time. And it was good. It was actually good. I think she is good. Obviously, she has a very specific voice.
Yeah.
But it was a Macy Gray national anthem. You know what I'm saying?
So it had
She
like
was
a lot of attitude and like a fro involved.
Yeah.
somewhere in there,
She was
right?
like, "Oh, say, can you see? When I'm all about early light. When I try to hide it, it's clear. America's the best nation in the world."
Wow, why would she sing it with the melody of her only hit that I know of?
I'm trying to sing.
It's a good
Well,
song.
honestly, but anyways, it was good, and I don't know. I feel like tonight's been good vibes, and this episode's gonna be a lot of fun.
For sure.
Catch you up on our lives. So stay tuned, and if you're new to the podcast, carry on, keep listening if you will. But if you'll just throw us a subscribe, even if you never listen to us ever again, just subscribe to us. That'd be great. We love you for that.
Please, just do it. Anyway, yeah, let's start the show.
Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom.
Happy or sad, it's story time with two fucking idiots.
Got it.
Again with the got it.
I fucking got it.
You seem like you're in a bad mood today, bud.
I just decided to be, actually. I've been in a pretty good mood all day. And for some reason, after I saw your face, like, all I could think of was, I'm going to be angry during this podcast. So,
I didn't do anything to have that be my fault.
well,
Okay. Are you still mad about the whole wax your chest bet thing that's going on, or?
damn, I thought about that a few times this week, and I'm kind of stuck because I was going to ask Marino to do it, thinking
Yeah.
that'd be funny.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, I don't want to do that. I was
Really?
like, oh, no, yeah. So I don't want to just do it myself. I guess it's probably the best way to do it, but maybe I'll just like post a Facebook status and be like, will someone please wax my chest?
I don't understand like the big deal. Like, what does
Yeah.
Marino think you're gonna like pummel him after he does it?
Yeah, I'm gonna be so turned on. He's gonna like finish waxing my chest. I'm gonna be engorged. Oh, you meant like beat him up or like
yeah.
dominate him sexually?
Both. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know what to expect, I guess.
Neither one. I couldn't. If Marino's listening, I definitely could not do either of those things. Or probably both, but that's fine. No, I don't know. It's just like, and I'm a little hairy, but maybe I'm nervous because I'm afraid that when I'm done with the chest, I'm going to be like, why don't you throw a little bit of that up on my gooch? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wish
why
that
don't
could be
you-
the episode title.
I know. Why don't you slather up my gooch with some wax?
Yeah. Man,
Bro.
I never thought that would be an issue. Holy shit. What the hell's
I was
happening?
going to say, am I high or are you fuzzy? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I would like to get it done. Like, I'm actually kind of excited about it. So
All right. Well,
I
make
am
sure
trying to
you fucking record it. 'Cause
record it, yeah.
the first thing Jared said to me when I saw him this week was, so when is Robbie getting his chest waxed? And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Whenever he decides, I guess.
I know. I was like, I got to get it done sooner than later. So I guess I could just buy like a home wax kit and just do it myself.
I
But
think you should like buy a home wax kit, do whatever you need to do to get the paper all waxy, put it on you, somehow tether all of them to like one big rope, and then just like tie that to like an old VCR that you have in your house, and then just throw that down the stairs, and it'll just in one fell swoop just take it all off.
I thought maybe hit the rewind button and it would like and just rip all of it in one fell swoop.
That sounds like a Saw like fucking torture thing.
Yeah,
your hair gets pulled out slowly by a rewind button.
Hit the rewind button and be like, yeah, sure. Better than chopping my leg off, dude. Fuck those movies, man.
I like those movies. They're
I
like
know they're
over the top and ridiculous, but I like.
Yeah,
them.
well, you're a serial killer. I just can't handle the gore. Gore has never been my thing.
Yeah.
I like a thriller. Sometimes, most of the time, I like to watch happy things on TV because like life is hard enough sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need to watch Jesse Pinkman. His whole integrity deteriorate before my fucking eyes.
Yeah.
You know, like at an NA meeting, Jesse, like what the fuck are you thinking, bro? But anyway.
Yeah. No, I get you, man. I'm on the same path, but I also I kind of like to just feel a little gritty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a little bit. Speaking of that, hold on. Have you seen this fucking commercial for the new Bel Air TV show?
Yeah, dude.
I'm not watching that.
I don't know, man. That looks scary.
I have a soft spot in my heart for that original show. Yeah. Why did we need to make a scary version of it? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
That's true. If they were going to reboot it, I feel like this was the only way. Because you can't. They couldn't have had someone be like, "What's up? I'm Will Smith." You know, like the goofy guy in Bel Air. That's not the reality of life anymore. You know.
It just looks like. They could have just named it something else and had nothing to do with Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and I would have been like, "Oh, that show looks good." But because I know that Carlton's not going to be a fucking goofball, I don't want to. I don't want to watch that show. It scares me.
Carlton's got a sex dungeon or something. This is 50 Shades of Bel Air. I don't.
It the commercial. I watched it briefly, and it was like, I'm Uncle Phil. And I was like, no, you're not. You're Tyrese Gibson. I don't know what the fuck this guy is. Right? Uncle Phil was this jovial. He was a fucking good guy.
Yeah.
You're scary. You're wearing a suit that fits you completely. I don't like this. I don't like it at all.
You got a big old fat dick, and I'm not having it, you know?
Yeah. It doesn't make me feel good. So I'm not watching
I don't know. We'll see. That might be... I might give it a shot, you know. Maybe it's the super low bass drop siren noise that they'll play when the crazy shit's about to happen. Yeah. It's you know that you didn't grow up here in Bel Air. You don't belong here. Blah. You know what I mean? Underneath while all that's happening. That was awesome, by the way. I don't know where that came from.
There wasn't one 90s colored hat in the entire montage that I saw. You know,
where was the
about.
cup with the fucking triangles on it and shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. No one was
scary.
in the weather, with the hat bill turned up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Anyway, I'm not watching it.
No, okay, I did.
Maybe I'll watch it for the pod just to talk about it more, but I don't want to watch it. I don't want to do it.
Watch that's our demographic, people who are watching Bel Air. So we should definitely do that.
Watch it be the best show ever. We can't get enough of it.
Hey, that would be, Hall of Fame franchises then, right? Because it's already up there.
Yeah.
To this day, okay?
Oh, no. I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, when that Uncle Phil fucking Will Smith's dad leaves. And he's what's his dad's name? Rich or something?
I don't know.
And he's like, son, I gotta go. He's like, it's all good, Rich, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's all right, bye. Why don't he love me, man?
Dude, that's 19-year-old Will Smith just earning an Academy Award right there.
Yes,
it's the fucking...
That scene set him up for the rest of his career. No joke.
Just the mere mention of that fucking scene makes me well up because it's so fucking brutal. And it's insane how much like emotion is involved in like such a goofy show. But
I could be like late for work and like stopped at a red light, like a long red light at my neighborhood maybe, and just like pop Facebook open, and if that video's there, then I feel bad whoever's behind me, because I'm putting it in park and I'm watching that whole goddamn video before the light could turn green. I'm watching the fucking video beginning to end.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's one of those things that I'll think about every once in a while, that scene. And it's like, why does my brain want to make myself feel things? It doesn't make any sense. I have had like horrible things happen in my life, just like everybody. And randomly my brain's like, psst, remember? Like,
exactly.
why are you doing that to me? I don't want to remember, bro.
It's not
I
fair.
My brain, bro. Come on, what the fuck is going on with this thing?
I don't know, man. You're too good looking, I think.
Hey, we didn't even welcome anybody to the show at this point.
Welcome back to the show.
Back. We're fucking 12 minutes in. All right, here we go.
We're 12 minutes in, and we're two fucking idiots. I'm Robbie.
And I'm Jordan. And I'm a little fuzzy for some reason.
I mean, the camera's, if anything, it's helping our chances of going viral. If people can't see your face. So.
That's possible, man. And we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, hey, man, what's been going on this week?
Nothing crazy. Work as usual. Sawyer's in school. He got in trouble a little bit a couple weeks ago, but he's on the up and up. He's super smart. We had his birthday party, and then we had some more basketball on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sawyer's just like, I don't know if it's because he has a big head because of the helmet situation when he was a kid or what.
The C-section,
but it's like, every time
I had
he
one
turns
of my
around,
head's gigantic. So
exactly. And thank God, for Elisa's sake, thank God they did the emergency C-section. But he had a helmet when he was young, and his head is still honestly a little uneven. I'm interested to see, I hope he never goes bald. He's got great hair. So let's just hope it just covers that head for the rest of his life. But it's like every time I turned around at the basketball game on Saturday, he was taking a basketball straight to the dome.
Really?
And I don't know. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if he isn't getting his hands up or if he's just, he's trying to do like somersaults and fucking cartwheels in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
And I have to be like, get back on defense. Where's your wristband? Because they all have corresponding wristbands. I think I mentioned with the other team, and you're supposed to play man-to-man defense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like playing defense. I'm like, we're on offense, Sawyer. And he's like chasing the kid around. I'm like, get open. This kid's not even paying attention. You could be wide open for a shot right now.
Yeah.
But then they'll like pass it to him, and he'll like, miss it for sure. And, and fall down. It's just, I don't know. I was such a bruiser growing up. I don't know if it's because I was I was always falling down and hurting myself.
Yeah.
So by the time I was playing sports, I could take a basketball right off the head and get the rebound and make the outlet pass. I wasn't that good at basketball, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, you knew that there was a greater good to the event. You weren't just about to like be a theatrical person. And
exactly.
Act like it killed you.
Oh no! Fall down, looking like Johnny Walker did on Saturday night when he got knocked out. But it's pretty funny. But honestly, they all played, including Sawyer, played really good man-to-man defense this past weekend, and they started making passes. We like split them up on teams, and I had like 3 versus me, and they had to stay in their spots and pass to each other until they got an open shot. And I would play defense, which I'm like twice as tall as them, obviously, but I think it worked because then in the game, I'm just constantly yelling pass. I'm just like, good passes, good passes. And they started moving the ball a little bit.
Nice.
And this kid who usually will just like dribble up past half court and then like huck a 3, like as hard as he can. I'm like, if you pass it and then move down to the basket, you'll get an open shot.
Yeah.
And he started doing it. Not like a give and go, not that fast. But
Steph
he would
Curry
finally pass it and move.
Kids.
Yeah. Literally. And I have to be like, that's my example. I'm like, yeah, Steph makes all these shots, but Is he just dribbling up and shooting every time? No. He passes the ball and he runs around for 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And then he gets a pass and he makes the 3-pointer, you know?
It sounds
And
to me that your team needs to toughen up.
Yeah.
Honestly. And
Are
I got
you-
a drill for you that we used to do in high school.
Okay.
That was surefire way to start a fucking fist fight in the middle of fucking
yeah.
practice.
Nice.
So, all right. So we would all be on the baseline. And our coach would be like, all right, Robbie, Jordan, you guys are up. And he would take the ball and roll it all the way to the other end of the court. And we would have to go chase it, basically. Whoever got the ball was going to be on offense. They had to come back towards that baseline. And whoever didn't get the ball was on defense. And you were supposed to play like man-to-man, like guard them the entire way, right? Like
Full
a full
court press. Yeah.
Exactly. And our coach was like, you guys could be like a little physical. Because, I mean, it was kind of like trying to toughen us up.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
dude, people were like fucking just punching each other. like legit fucking throwing elbows, push-offs, all sorts of shit. And it was one of those things that like in the moment you were like pissed and aggravated and sweaty and just sad. And, you know, afterwards we were a fucking family, man. It was like a super. And so I just think you should do that with the fucking 7-year-olds on your team.
Yeah.
Have them fight each other. And
Perfect.
you'll see the improvements right away.
We'll just I think we'll just cut out the middleman. We'll just put up like a mini octagon, like, you know, 5 feet tall, because that's how tall they are, maybe 10 feet across.
Yeah.
And just do a little bare knuckle. Just do a little bare knuckle fight club right there in the middle of the gym.
You could do it. Hey man, speaking of Sawyer getting hit in the face or in the dome, I literally got hit in the face almost every single game I ever played in. I don't know why, but like I was always like late, like trying to fight around a screen for some reason, and the ball just hit me right in the fucking nose like every time. And that
I can tell by
that'll
looking
hurt.
at you.
That'll hurt for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I feel bad because man, I feel bad saying this because I don't really feel this way. But in the heat of the moment, when he gets like hit in the head with the ball, he'll like start crying.
Yeah.
And if I can't calm him down, I have to be like, you got to go to your mom because I'm, coaching right now. I'm sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Give him a kiss on the head and tell him to go to his mom.
Yeah.
But also I'm kind of like,
that's where the ball hit.
yeah, exactly, right? He would too, and he'd get fucking pissed, man. He gets so mad. And so, like, I'll be like, I'll give him a ring pop, and he's like, I wanted a Tootsie Pop. I'm like, bro, chill the fuck out, all right? But yeah, I'm like, there's a part of me that wants to be like, suck it up. Come on, bud. It doesn't hurt that bad. Yeah. Like, maybe it does. Maybe it accumulated after getting hit a couple times. But I'm like,
have you ever
get out of the way of the ball.
Have you ever seen those videos where people have like toddlers and they hit a wall and pretend like the kid got hit? Have you ever seen those videos? So like picture holding like a 2-year-old and walking by like a door and just like hitting the door and then being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Somehow the kid thinks that they got hit and they just start to like cry. And it's weird. Like, it's almost like they know that like kind of acting out in that way gets them that affection.
That attention.
And I was like, man, I've been doing that my whole life. I don't know.
Yeah.
Every time anybody thinks they hit me, I'm like, yeah, ow, that really.
Ow, oops.
Man, Steph, don't do that. Ow.
Dude, I've taken shovels to the head. I've
took a
hit
golf
my
club
face
to the head one time.
Oh my, what?
Like, not the fucking club, but like the shaft. I was basically like helping somebody, one of my cousins. I was like, all right, whatever you do, I'm in the same fucking driving range block as you.
Yeah.
Don't fucking swing. I'm just telling you, this is how you hold the club, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, sure, and just fucking nailed me.
Oof.
And I was like, cool, this is going to really impact our relationship. I'm not going to talk to you again.
I hate you, and I just forgot all of our good memories from the concussion you just gave me.
For sure.
Did I ever tell you about, I don't know if I ever mentioned it on the pod, my tubing accident up north, Wisconsin? Maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
So Elise's family goes on this vacation every year to up north in Wisconsin. And so I got to go a couple years, which was awesome. I mean, it's like a week in this cab, there's boating and tubing and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it was my first year up there. I think Sawyer was just born, so he was a couple months old. and we all went tubing, and there was a 3-person raft, but they're like only 2 people because it gets dangerous.
Yeah.
But it was like me, Elise's brother, who's like 27, maybe 28 at the time. He's probably like 25, maybe younger, and her cousin's boyfriend, Dan, who was like, I just love those guys, you know.
Yeah.
We'll like play a bunch of basketball. TJ and I almost got into a fist fight once playing basketball on vacation. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You know how it goes though. Like it got heated, and I'm fucking tired because I'm fat and old. And so he tried to drive baseline, and I just pushed my hips and pushed him into the chain link fence.
Yeah.
And then he was ready to go, and I was ready to go for a second. And then we calmed down, obviously.
It's
we
like
both
that
were
drill.
Like,
It's that drill.
Yes,
man. You fucking
exactly,
get aggravated
exactly.
with each other, but then you're fine somehow.
So we're out on the boat, and we're like, let's just do 3 people. And they're like, all right, but just be careful. So it's 3 of us in this, small raft. There's like 3 different slots. We're sitting on our butts. And Jim, Elise's dad, is driving. And, he's a classic dad. Like, he's trying to fuck us up a little bit.
Yeah.
And after a couple minutes of us holding on and having, like, a pretty good ride, he swings us out wide. And we bump over the wave. And then I don't know if he went the other way, but we come back over the wave. And it shoots us, like, 15 feet in the air. You know what I mean? Like, shoots us way up in the air. And Dan's head comes back. My head comes forward. We fucking collide. But we don't realize it right away because you're in the heat of we get thrown 15 feet in the air. We're not like, oh, I saw myself headbutt somebody.
Yeah.
So we come out of the water, and all of a sudden there's blood coming down Dan's like neck and shoulder.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling kind of like the lights are a little bright, like. And I'm not feeling great. And they're like, oh, my God, it looked like you guys bumped into each other. It's like, my head kind of hurts. And Dan's like, mine too. And they look, and he's busted the fuck open, bleeding all over the place. He got to go to the doctor, and they were kind of like, Rob, you go take a nap or something. I'm sure you're fine. And
wait, so you weren't bleeding at all?
No, dude, I have this. It's made out of titanium, bro. I've got a hard ass head.
Yeah, for sure.
The scar tissue of me slamming my head into things my whole life has finally come to help. So I got like a pretty decent bruise.
Yeah.
And I had to I was a little concussed. I had to take a little nap. But no one was that worried about me because Dan had to get like 11 stitches. And I was kind of like, Elise, you got the alpha, all right? All I got was a headache and a bruise. This guy's got to go get some stitches. So
yeah, I mean, to be fair, they did warn you the 3 people is dangerous. So,
yeah, we were like, okay, good call.
Them.
That was the last time 3 people rode on that.
For sure.
Legitimately, they haven't done it since. They said so.
That's
anyway,
so yesterday we had our first team practice, which is crazy because we didn't practice at all last year. But
Are
now
you talking
that
about the A team?
Yeah, now that like I've said, I'm on the A team, we're taking it way too seriously.
Oh yeah,
literally,
you can't let the B team sneak in and be better.
That will never happen. I feel so bad for somebody if they happen to be on that B team.
Cheers, guys. Maybe next year.
It's not going to happen. Anyway, so we practiced for like 2 hours. Basically, just took like infield and whatever. Mm-hmm. It was a good time. Honestly, I'm a little sore just from swinging like 1,000 times yesterday. But it was a good time. Afterwards, we all went to somebody's house. Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
one of your coworkers. You went to
one of the people that we were playing with, and
maybe a little higher up in the company, but
we went to their house, and for real, for like 2 hours, Steph had a pad of paper, and we were like trying to configure the most dynamite lineup.
No way!
I swear to God, like it's got to go boy girl. Which is sometimes difficult to be like, all right, what's the best matchup? Like, because there's good people on this team for sure.
What about girl, boy?
I mean, yes, it could go that for sure.
Okay, just making sure.
In fact, it will. I'm pretty sure Steph will start off every game.
I was going to say Steph's leading off, isn't she?
Yeah. And so we did that. We also did like who could play what position. Like for fucking 3 hours.
Sure.
Literally like debating like it was the draft room of the fucking professional like baseball league or whatever.
Did you have like a button down with a couple buttons and a loose tie and you're like drinking a cup of coffee? and you're like, Steph's got to be the pitcher, either pitcher or second base.
No, it was a little more calm than that, but the entire time
Oh.
I was like, guys, this is like a goofy softball league. Like, I get that we want to be prepared, but first game is until like April. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, right, dude. You were like calling up the league. You were like, you got any film on any of these pitchers from last year?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was a good time though. We ended up playing. We first of all, that wasn't the plan. It was just to play softball. So going to their house was kind of an impromptu thing, and the wife of the people that we were there put together literally like 17 fucking appetizers in maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Like she was literally like slicing strawberry. She cut a fucking pineapple in like diced. Dude, I couldn't cut a pineapple that nice if you gave me 20 minutes by myself in front of people. She was like, yeah, so anyway, and cutting it all up.
Well, to be fair, you'd spend the first 16 or 17 minutes masturbating.
Yeah,
and then you'd only have 3 minutes to cut the pineapple. So
no, it was amazing. Like, they made like ribs and chicken.
What?
And like, yeah, dude, I was.
This was all just like spur of the moment, dude.
Apparently, they were going to eat the ribs already because they have 2 kids as well. But
okay.
Why not have
them
another
kids,
9
bro.
people
Yeah.
show up and have them
why
eat
not?
all of their food for free? No, it was a really good time. We played spoons, which is literally it's a great game. First of all, it's a fun game. Steph is this wizard when it comes to spoons. It's weird, right? So you know how you play spoons, that you get 4 in a kind, you grab a spoon.
Yeah.
Anybody else has to grab one afterwards. Whoever's left out is out for that round, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So my brain goes, if I have 4 of a kind, I am snatching a spoon as fast as I fucking can because I got it, right?
Yep.
That's how my brain works. I can't teach it.
Is there another way to play?
Dude, Steph is a sneaky motherfucker at this game. She would literally get 4 of a kind and then pass a few cards as if she didn't already have it. And then as she's passing, she will slightly grab a spoon.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like you don't even notice it. When somebody snatches it really fast, it's obviously super abrupt and it's like, oh shit, you know?
Of course.
But because she like nonchalantly grabs one, it's so fucking sneaky, man. And she's super good at it. It is like, it's embarrassing how good she is at it.
Dude.
I got out in like the first round, I think one of the games, and because I was sitting right next to her, she literally like just politely grabbed the spoon instead of snatching it the way that I would have fucking crashed through the table to get mine and
pushed her out of the way, just like stiff arm her.
Oh yeah, dude, it was a good time though. We didn't get home till way late, but it was really fun. So
nice, dude.
Basically, we're gonna have an awesome fucking softball team. So be ready. Everybody that's on the team has mentioned this podcast to me because I've mentioned it in the past, like that I've talked about it. So
yeah,
they've mentioned it again. Like, are you gonna say more? I'm like, yeah, it's part of my life. What else? We're not smart enough to make things up. Anything that happens in my life is getting fucking spewed onto this fucking podcast.
So let me tell you. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's crazy. We should put like a wager on the season. Like,
oh man, I'm nervous.
I know. If you guys go undefeated, I'll shave my pubes. I mean, wax my pubes. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if we're like dominant.
You're right. If you guys win a single game, I'll wax my beehole. Okay.
Well, that's definitely gonna happen because we're definitely gonna play the B team and we're gonna destroy them.
You guys are gonna play against the other team?
I'm like pretty sure we're in the same.
I hope they just rout you, dude. I hope they beat you 35-5.
I could see it happening because I feel like in sports, you've been in sports your whole life, right?
Yeah.
There are times where the wheels fall off and nobody knows where the fucking wheels even went.
Anyone can win on any given day.
For real.
You know, like
literally.
It really can happen.
I could see it like we're already like our buttholes are already tight because we're like, well, we gotta win. We're expected to win. Vegas thinks we're gonna win. And then,
they're loose. They're having fun.
Yeah,
now they've bonded. They're like, oh, the A team thinks they're so much better than us. We're just gonna have some fun and enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Boom. they lose their first. This is how it's gonna look. You guys are gonna play the first week. You're gonna destroy them, and then they're gonna be like, man, that really stunk. But let's band together. They're gonna start winning some games. You guys are gonna be dominant all season. Next thing you know, you're meeting up in the championship, and they're gonna beat you by one run. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know, and it's we're gonna be tense too. Like if Steph doesn't start off with like a ringing double off the fence,
yes,
we're gonna be like, what do we do? What's happening here? We're gonna look like fucking the Russians in 1980, where we're confused, like how we're finally losing. What the hell's happening?
Seriously, it'll be the new miracle for sure. I mean, the stakes are just as high as the 1980 Olympics. So.
For sure. So
I could see Steph like getting thrown out at first, and you'd be like, "Steph, you gotta run through the base." She's like, "I'm trying."
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely one of those people that like kind of bicker at each other, but
so what?
It's always fun though.
What's your position then? What did they decide? What are your like big three?
So like in the lineup?
No, like you said, you guys were talking about what positions you can play. You were like first base, pitcher,
basically
center field.
Yeah, that's the only options for me for the most part. So, but everybody
you
else,
get your choice.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a guy I think he wants to pitch, so I would definitely be okay if he wanted to. But I'm also okay.
How gracious of you.
I mean, I'll allow it. It was honestly, pitching is fucking terrifying at times. Yeah, anytime that I pitch like inside to somebody, I'm like, oh, for sure they're probably gonna pull it because that's the way that they have to, basically.
Yeah.
But if it's like on the outside corner or even down the middle, I'm like, oh god, this fucking ball is going right back to my face. Like,
it's flashbacks to high school basketball. You're taking a ball to the face. You know?
I actually in high school baseball, I got hit in the chest with a ball one time, and honestly, like I got through with the pitch and just a rifle right back in my chest. Ooh. And I got knocked down, obviously. And I had a moment where I was like, should I just milk this to like, go to the hospital and, maybe get somebody to care for me once?
Exactly, yeah.
But instead I was like, I like looked and I like saw the ball next to me and I was like, God damn it. I got to get up and fucking throw this ball. So I got up and threw the ball, got the guy out. And somehow that made me feel even better than milking it for the pain that I was feeling.
Because then they're like, hey, great play. Take one on the chest. Oh, yeah. It's crazy because the train of thought you described, like describing it took longer than it would have taken that guy to get to first base.
For sure.
But when you're thinking it, like you have that rush of emotions all in 1 second.
Yeah.
Then you get up and make the play.
Yeah, it was good.
That's crazy. I similarly, when I was playing baseball way back in the day, they'd always I was a decent third baseman, but they wouldn't put me at third base. I was like, I'm good at that. Like throw me a hard ball or I'll dive to try to get a ball, whatever. I tried to prove myself. They never wanted to put me in the infield. Yeah. But they put me in left field because they assumed that I stunk, which I kind of did. But my depth perception long term is not as good as like you could throw. I mean, you used to pitch to me. You used to practice a little bit, and it's like you could throw me a 70-mile-an-hour ball and I'll catch it. Yeah. But it's like if it's up in the air, it's a guess. It's a tough. Good guess, And so this big dude comes up to bat, and I'm in left field picking daisies, and finally someone hits it to me. And this guy, it's like not a line drive, but not a pop up. It's kind of like a medium.
Yeah.
A medium flight, and I'm running up, and the play is you know what I mean? It's like right chest level, so I'm like can't tell how high or low it is because I'm trying to catch it. Yeah. And last second, my brain was like, "You better try to catch this underhand." So I fucking turned my hand upside down, and the ball, without any obstruction, just flew right over the glove, right into like my solar plexus. And same thing, I got up and threw it, but then I had to take a knee because it kind of knocked the wind out of me. This kid hit the ball hard. Yeah. So not only did I everyone was like, this is box time. He's about to get this guy out. Yeah. And I'm hustling. I'm a big boy, but I'm pretty quick, right? So I'm hustling, got the glove out. Everyone's like, this is his moment. And almost like I was like trying to cheat the numbers, like I had money on the other team. My glove. Yeah, and took a bullet to the chest. It was, oh my gosh, so embarrassing to this day.
Dude, those are hard to judge, honestly.
Yeah.
I had one in a game where I had 2 line drives hit right at me in center field, and both times I thought it was in front of me and they went over my head. Both times.
Oh, that's the worst.
Like,
dude.
I took a step forward, but that was already too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember the pitcher of that game was like yelling at me. He was a little bit older than me. I was on like a travel like summer league or whatever.
Sure.
He said something like disparaging about my abilities. And I was like, how about you don't give up fucking line drives? How about that?
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro. There was a line drive to the fucking fence. How the fuck was I supposed to catch it in the first place?
Yeah.
Like,
How about keep the ball in the ground, asshole?
Yeah, it's like, you ever seen Greg Maddux? He doesn't let anybody hit it. How about that?
Yeah.
I won't
At least a pop-up, for Christ's sake.
I won't have the ability to make a mistake if you don't already make a mistake. So
exactly.
It's your fault.
It's like my friend who got to play for the Giants for one game, I think 1 or 2 games in relief.
Yeah.
Went to my high school.
Really?
I mean, it's crazy because he's an immense talent. Like, he can throw mid-90s, I think.
Yeah.
Long, super athletic. And he finally got called up to the Giants and pitches a decent inning. I think it's like 2 outs with 2 on. I think he had gotten the 2 outs, you know. And he pitches to this guy and he hits just a bomb, but the center fielder's running back and jumps up and the ball's like right at the wall and it's like hits inside his glove, and when he goes to squeeze, he just didn't squeeze in time.
Yeah.
And it pops right out of his glove over the wall for a 3-run home run.
That's so great.
And that was the last pitch my friend ever made in the major leagues, dude.
That sucks.
I know, they took him out, and it's like if that guy would have made the catch, that's 3 outs. Maybe he gets another chance, you know? Exactly. Like, then who knows? His ERA isn't fucking 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad. But I mean, you know, props to him for making the show. That's pretty impressive. But
I mean, he's pretty embarrassing. He's out of it already, but whatever. Anyway, let's. I feel so bad for saying that.
I know.
Let's it's about 30 plus minutes in. Let's
nice.
Let's get back to what we do best, right?
Fuggin Idiot of the Week.
That guy's a fucking idiot.
There
Boom! Nailed it. Boom, baby.
So I went last time.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Let me go first because mine's pretty lighthearted.
Okay.
Yours
Mine's
is gonna suck.
destroy you.
So
No,
yeah, I know exactly. Like me to Marino when he waxes my chest. Man, I'm gonna blow his back out. Anyway, so
that's the title right there.
There it is. Boom. Sorry, Marino. But so it's NBA All-Star Weekend. I was stuck between 2 people, so I'll tell you my runner-up first.
Okay.
Jamal Hill, 205-pound UFC fighter, kind of working his way up, flying under the radar, knocked the fuck out of Johnny Walker. Knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Big overhand right, caught him right in the temple. Like, you know, I feel so bad when people get knocked out like this because it's so iconic.
Yeah.
How they fall, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he was a cocktail waiter.
Yeah.
At a country club, and he was like walking past a pool, and some like Frankie Muniz was into some shenanigans and like ran past and gave him a forearm.
Yeah.
And he like fell backwards into the pool, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can imagine like hands out, just like straight back into the, you know? And so Jamal Hill punches him in the temple, and Johnny Walker straight up just like looks back and is like, splash onto the canvas.
God.
It was iconic. I feel bad for the guy, but that's not my. Go ahead.
When guys like have violent reactions like that, like I wouldn't consider that violent, I guess, but it's just like your body is gone. You don't know what to do.
Turned
like,
off.
Fucking Michael Bisping, Dan Henderson makes me cringe when I see that fucking like because he just like tenses up. You can tell, and like he just falls, and then. Fucking Dan Henderson hits him with the most unreasonable fucking punch
from
in the history
all
of the world.
The way back, jumping through the air, like
the most
literally
unacceptable fucking punch to throw when there's a guy dead in front of you.
Literally, the guy dead. I think there was like a seismic wave from the middle,
for real,
like, straight out of Scott Pilgrim. Like
literally,
I saw some coins pop out of fucking Michael Bisping. Dude. Yeah, so me too. That shit's pretty scary.
Yeah.
As we all know, I am an undefeated cage fighter. I didn't knock the guy clean out, but he did tap due to strikes because I was whipping his ass. So
what a puss.
yeah, well,
How do you even tap during due to strikes? Like you're getting your ass kicked. Where do you tap? Like just how do I know your tapping isn't just the result of you getting your face kicked in? Like
that's fair. I had to tell the dude. It was kind of fucked up actually. So I would punch him over the top, right? I'd punch him like in the side of the head. So he'd move his arm up, and then I'd punch under the armpit into like his jaw. He'd move his arm down, and it was just like he couldn't get up. I was just like postured above him.
Yeah.
So every time he'd move his arm, I'd just punch somewhere else. My arm was on fire. Like I was literally thinking, if I don't finish this fight before the second round, I'm going to lose because I can't lift my right arm, you know?
Yeah.
And eventually he's like tapping on the ground as I'm like punching. And so I stop for a second. I'm like, I think he's tapping. So he stands him up and he's like, did you tap? And I'm like, you don't, maybe I've told this story, who knows, but I'm like, have I? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you don't fucking ask somebody if they tapped or not. Okay. Yeah. You just stop the fight, please. Because I'm dying and my right arm is anyway. So he's not my fucking idiot of the week. Now that we've spent all that time talking about it.
Yeah.
My fucking idiot of the week is the biggest man to ever win the 3-point contest with a record-breaking final round of 29 points. Karl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Give him a round of applause. He competed last night, so it's All-Star Weekend for the NBA as well.
Yeah.
And so right before the worst dunk contest of all time, just like no one could hit their dunks on their first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth attempts, you know? It was just kind of boring.
That was playing in the background while we were eating freshly cut pineapple and
ribs.
Dude. So literally like every once in a while somebody would look up and be like, that's that guy's 45th attempt at this dunk.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's happening.
It did not go great. And right before that, Zach LaVine didn't put up a good showing in the 3-point contest either, which stunk just because obviously a hometown boy rooting for him.
Yeah.
But Karl Anthony Towns stepped up and he like had said out loud, he's like, I'm the best big man shooter, want to be in the game right now, and I want to be considered one of the best big man shooters of all time.
Yeah.
Comes out, posts like a 22 or 23 in his first time, gets into the final, and then puts up 29 points, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Literally most ever in a final round of the 3-point contest history. Wins it for all 6'11" guys out there. He was the 2015 first pick.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year. I think he played for Kentucky. The only Dominican I've ever met who wasn't beautiful, man or woman. It's probably he's like half American as well.
Yeah.
So that's probably why he's not good looking.
For sure.
And just in general, you know, he's been making some noise. He's played for the Timberwolves his whole career. And obviously it's like them and the Sacramento Kings, I forget, are even basketball teams anymore. But he showed out, man. And good for him. It was a pretty cool moment. And, I mean, I think the first real big man who's ever won the 3-point contest, I would guess. I don't know.
The only guy I can think of is maybe Dirk. Maybe.
Sure. But even he's a power forward. I think Cat's, isn't he a center? I could be wrong.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm just thinking, I know that Dirk is big, so.
Yeah, he is big.
It's not very common for a guy to be good. If somehow, like, they get a pass for being fucking 6'9", and they can just be horrible at shooting.
Yeah, it's like, if anything, you should be better. You can see the hoop better.
You can jump over the glass. You can throw it down at the fucking
yeah, exactly. And if I know anything about Dirk Nowitzki, he's European, so he's definitely not circumcised. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that many times. Anyway,
shout out to my Greek brothers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. My fucking idiot is a 84-year-old Mexican guy named Felipe Espinosa. I don't know why I said that name. Very weird, but
sounded normal to me.
He made some news lately because he finally proved that he accomplished his dream of becoming an engineer at age 84. Apparently he's always wanted to do that. Obviously circumstances in life, probably he's probably got like, kids and, grandchildren and all this stuff where he can't, he could never do it. So he just was like, I'm going to do it. He would literally sell veggies on like a local mart, get up, like that was like his day job basically to pay for this schooling. He would get up at like 4:30, catch 2 buses to make it to class on time. That's enough obstacle for me to be like, no, that's not happening. Yeah. I'm not doing that. But the biggest obstacle that he actually had was even affording a laptop and also learning how to fucking use one. Because, I mean, there are so many people that are like older in our society who just don't trust computers.
Well, they grew up fucking dodging dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Like,
my grandma, she like, I think she had to use like a computer to like clock in at her last job before she retired. Yeah. And like I'd literally be like, how was work? And she'd be like, that conflammit thing. Like she just would make some weird adjective up and just say it in regards to the computer. So she does her taxes literally like on like the fucking roll of parchment paper that like, literally, I swear to God, it's at her house. So super cool story, right? He's still planning on getting his master's degree, which, I mean, he might be a little late for that. I'm not saying at this point, what's the point?
Do they offer a super senior discount or something?
I don't know, man. It's really cool. I love that, it's not about age. He came back and did his thing. But that there's somebody in his family that was like, God damn it, Felipe, we could have used that money. Now you're just fucking throwing it away. What are you going to do? Engineer? Oh, you're going to engineer some paychecks maybe?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, what are you going to retire in 6 months? Like, what do you... Are you gonna make it to work without falling over and breaking a fucking hip? Like,
I know. I feel like it's a really good story, but it's like, man, if he could have just done it like 30 years before, like it would have been a more viable situation.
Literally, his kids are probably like, I mean, you've been selling vegetables at the local mart, couldn't even pay for us to get dinner. You know what I mean? Half the time, but spend $100,000 on an education we won't reap the benefits of. Sounds great, Dad. Awesome.
Exactly. Super cool story. It also ties into a little bit of all of us, right? Like it's never too late, right? You can always accomplish whatever you'd like to do. So that being said, this is all about me. This is my podcast. I'm actually taking.
All right, guys. Have a great.
I'm actually super interested in like coding. Because I do a little bit of that stuff for my job, a little bit. It's more data analytic stuff, but I am taking a class to I'm going to change the world, or at least make like a shitty app for sure. I'm gonna for sure.
Can you make us a website for this shitty podcast? Maybe.
I mean, the last lesson I just took was literally all about kind of uploading programs to. We'll see. I don't want to put
see what happens.
In my brain, I think I'm going to put together like the most phenomenal interactive experience. Like you're gonna fucking click and you're gonna like be in Robbie's room somehow, and like you know what I mean. In reality, it's gonna look like fucking MySpace before you add anything to it. Just fucking.
It's gonna be like
shitty.
An '80s cat going meow, meow.
It's gonna look like a Zanga from back in the day. You remember that?
Nice, good ref, dude. The good ref.
But
with an X.
Nobody knows what that is for sure.
No, Xanga. Yep.
Oh man, those were the days. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. So when you see my groundbreaking app, which I don't have any ideas for,
sure,
I think I'm like gonna try to put like a calculator app together, something that's like provable.
Yeah. I would like for you to make like a VR porn.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like virtual reality hardcore porn.
Okay. I will try to do that after the calculator. So,
yeah. Calculator first so you can count your money from the porn app. Hello.
Man, it's the potential out there to like make something that would actually
Yeah.
make money or something
Yeah.
is so intriguing. But the idea of like actually producing that and having it be lucky enough to work,
Yeah.
I don't know about
I
that.
mean, the impending failure is like a little discerning, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Discerning. What am I trying to say? But anything could happen, man. And you're definitely nerdy enough to get it, to understand it.
I mean, I definitely already had like a little bit of a background, so like there were definitely parts where I was like, I got this one, no problem. But then
Yeah.
we'd like go to a different segment, and I'd be like, what did he just fucking say? What was that thing? I don't. Why does that need parentheses? That doesn't make any sense.
Where does the 0 go? Where does the 1 go? Who
For
fucking
real.
knows, man?
For real. And
That's nuts, man.
The program that I'm taking, like at the class, is like a screenshot, basically, or screen share, I guess, of somebody else's computer, and the difference between a squared bracket and a parentheses is super hard to tell when the font is fucking 8. So I've literally been like so frustrated and being like, what is wrong with my code versus that guy's? And I like zoom in on my fucking iPad and I'm like, God damn it, motherfucker. Like I just couldn't tell the difference and it fucks up everything. Ugh.
I just imagine the computer that they're doing it on is from like 1991, and it's like a zoom in shot, and the screen's like this big, and it's just the green flashing box, right? It's just like 0, 0, 1, parenthesis.
I'm just gonna
sine, cosine, and tangent.
I'm just gonna build an Oregon Trail just for us to play again.
Yes, please. Please do that, dude. Hey, congrats. I'm proud of you for, doing something new. That might, who knows? You already know some of the language from your job. That could help you in your career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just being more versatile in general. I already get to reap the benefits of like how smart and good at things you are.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to exploit you on even more, facets. So
that sounds good, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
We'll see where this rocket can go, right? Like,
baby,
we actually did get 1 subscriber this week, which
we did.
I don't know who it is, but
yes,
85 total now. So
damn, dude,
only fucking 15 to
away.
Go.
Hey, by the end of 2023, we better be at 100 subscribers. All right, I really think we could do it.
Oh man, I think that's a good spot to end it. Just on the
so.
idea of hope. And only 15 to go for 2 years.
Only 15 to go. That's it. So,
thank you guys for listening.
We love you. Send us an email.
Exactly. twofugginidiots@gmail.com. Let us know, hopefully, if you like what you hear. Maybe send a share or follow or, I don't know. Just tell somebody about it, please. Somebody. Anyway.
For the love of God! I saw someone do a Farley impersonation the other day, and I was like, I think I got him, but I got to find a table I can jump through.
Let's make it happen. Let's get Robbie that table. # get Robbie that table.
Donate to my GoFundMe to buy a table I can smash through. All right, guys.
Awesome.
We'll catch you guys next week.
Adios. Peace.
Love you guys. Bye.
Happy or sad, it's story time with 2